Josh here with Frenetic Pace Sports. I am going to talk about Michigan Athletics, University of Michigan Athletics, with a big announcement today regarding their leadership. It was announced that Warde Manuel, athletic director, will step down at the end of the calendar year. This comes on the heels of public release of some of the investigation that went on internally. Jenner and Block conducted this investigation just on a myriad of off-field incidents, and of course, just the broad spectrum of the athletic department and its culture. A lot has happened here in his 10 years, but what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to read a couple quick things from a public release that is on the Public Affairs, Vice President Communications Public Affairs, University of Michigan website. So this is something everyone can go find and read if they want. And it's just a couple quick things from the findings section. There's a lot there, so I don't want to, I can't read it all, or else you guys would be here all day. Did the investigation or culture review find that misconduct was widespread throughout Michigan athletics? Answer: no. Neither the investigation nor the culture review found that misconduct was widespread throughout the department. The culture review found that weaknesses in accountability, organizational structure, oversight, and reporting created conditions in which misconduct was not always addressed consistently, properly, or in accordance with university expectations. So basically, nothing new was found in this. They just confirmed that, in their opinion, things should have been handled in a more accountable and prompt manner. What did the culture review find regarding athletic department leadership and accountability? The culture review found that department leadership consistently communicated the importance of integrity, compliance, and accountability. The culture review also identified opportunities to strengthen accountability by ensuring misconduct is addressed promptly, consistently, and in accordance with university expectations. So again, they're just saying, hey, the correct things were stressed or communicated, just maybe not promptly enough or with the accountability that is warranted. Warde had a lot of things I think necessarily happen that he did have to kind of that are under his jurisdiction as the athletic director. Everything is, that comes with the program. You sign up for that. So I'm not necessarily making excuses for him, but just as a person, it's like at some point he isn't a babysitter. I think a couple of the things here that happened under his tenure may have been just adults not being adults, and that is unfortunate. But at the same time, I do agree that there were opportunities for acting more promptly and more accountability, not necessarily just him specifically, but a lot of leaders. Let's just leave it at that. A lot of leaders that were in that program. A lot of things happened. I mean, there was the whole Harbaugh situation. Is he staying? Is he going? He didn't hire Harbaugh, but he came in soon after Harbaugh was hired. Obviously, there was when, hey, is Harbaugh staying, going? And then it's, okay, there's the Harbaugh with winning the national title, but then, of course, there was the recruiting violations and then the sign stealing scandal accusations and whatever came of that. That's not really necessarily how you feel about it isn't the point right now. Mel Pearson was another. He hired Mel Pearson to take over the hockey program. Mel Pearson did very well. He also had to end the relationship with Mel Pearson due to a toxic relationship in the program, which was another investigation they did, a few years ago before they hired Nerado. And he hired and fired Juwan Howard, the basketball coach, who at first did very well, taking over for Beeline. He won a Big Ten title. Juwan Howard did, the first couple years. And then obviously there was the Greg Gard physical altercation, Wisconsin coach, that happened. And then kind of from there, the on-the-court performance slipped. So they decided, of course, to, let Juwan Howard go, though he did go get Dusty May, who of course just won a national title, and then decided to leave right after winning a national title, just like Harbaugh did. Warde Manuel was also tasked with, he hired Kyle Whittingham after the Sharon Moore incident that was very recent, and he first gave Mike Boynton Jr., the basketball coach, interim tag, and then now he got a 2-year contract. So he is the head coach of Michigan basketball. So, for now, his fingerprints are still going to be around here for at least the near future here with his 2 big hires. Because, you could argue that those are the most important hires because they bring in the most money to the athletic department, especially football. That runs a small city, if not more. There's going to be more maybe to come to this, some public statements. Just wanted to get something out there. I feel that overall, hey, whatever did happen, and again, I'm not making any comments necessarily or opinions on, hey, this was right, this was wrong. Warde Manuel won a national championship in the 2 most important sports financially for the athletic department. Again, it had been a long time. 89 for the basketball team. And like Beeline, yes, did well. Howard was up and down. But they also had a lot of lean basketball years in between 89 and when Beeline came. Let's just face that. Football obviously is football. They hadn't won a national title since 97, which in Michigan lifetime is a long time. But, so he did that. The hockey team made it to 5 Frozen Fours. He was here for 10 years, basically. So, obviously great hockey program that Red left, and they're going to be good going forward. But I think that it seems like they ultimately just decided, okay, unfortunately, Warde, as much as we've done, enough is enough, and it's time for us both to peacefully move on and just seek new direction and leadership with what else went on. So we will see what happens going forward, see if there's necessarily any more public statements from either side, either the university or Warde. But, big news in Ann Arbor, and we will see what goes on going forward.